With all the talk about insurance companies continuing to pull out of states like California, and in order to buy a house, you have to get insurance, are mortgages going to be given out in states like that where insurance companies are not available?
If insurance companies keep pulling out, it will be harder to get a mortgage because lenders require home insurance. No insurance equals no loan. Banks won't lend if the home can't be insured. States might step in. Some states create last resort insurance plans, but they're expensive. Cash buyers won't be affected. Only those needing a mortgage will struggle. Bottom line, if insurance disappears, mortgages could slow down or stop in high-risk states like California.
And if the last resort insurance company is there, which you said is expensive, doesn't that drive cost up, making it to where homeowners can't buy as much house because they have to take into consideration the price of the insurance?
Exactly. If last resort insurance is the only option, it's way more expensive, meaning higher insurance costs equals less buying power. Buyers have to spend more on insurance, leaving less for the home itself. Home prices could drop. If fewer people can afford homes, demand goes down, forcing sellers to lower prices. Fewer mortgages get approved. Lenders consider total costs, mortgage plus insurance, so high insurance can make buyers ineligible. Bottom line, expensive insurance means homeownership gets harder, and it could hurt home values in high-risk states.
So, do we need insurance reform?
Yes, insurance reform is needed if we want to keep housing affordable and mortgages accessible. Make insurance more competitive. More companies equals lower prices and better options. State-backed programs need fixing. Last resort insurance shouldn't be so expensive that it makes homeownership impossible. Address climate risk. In places like California and Florida, insurers pull out due to wildfires and hurricanes. Fixing risk management could keep them in the market. Regulate premium hikes. Without oversight, insurers can raise prices endlessly, pushing homeowners out. Bottom line, without reform, insurance prices will keep rising, fewer people will qualify for mortgages, and homeownership could decline.
Where does the conversation for insurance reform need to start? Congress? President? Where?
Insurance reform needs to start at both the state and federal levels. State governments. Insurance is mostly regulated at the state level, so governors and state legislatures have the most control over rates, regulations, and last resort programs. Congress can pass federal laws to encourage competition, regulate unfair pricing, and provide disaster relief funding to stabilize risky markets. The president can push for national reforms, sign executive orders, and pressure Congress to take action on affordability and availability. Bottom line, states control most insurance laws, but Congress and the president can step in if the crisis gets big enough.
Why are we in this situation? Why did the insurance companies pull out? Why did prices keep going up? Why is state insurance so expensive?
We're in this mess because insurance companies are losing money in high-risk areas. Here's why. Too many claims. Wildfires, hurricanes, and floods are causing massive payouts, making it unprofitable for insurers. Reinsurance costs are rising. Insurance companies buy their own backup insurance, reinsurance, and those costs have skyrocketed, forcing them to raise prices or leave. State regulations. Some states, like California, limit how much insurers can raise rates, so they pull out instead of taking losses. State-backed insurance is expensive. When private insurers leave, the state has to cover high-risk homes, meaning higher premiums to avoid bankruptcy. Bottom line, insurers are pulling out because they can't make a profit, and state-run insurance is expensive because it's covering the riskiest homes with no competition.
In your opinion, is insurance going to be the housing market's downfall or one of the downfalls?
insurance could be a major factor in the housing market's downfall, or at least one of its biggest problems. No insurance, no mortgage. If insurers keep pulling out, home buyers won't qualify for loans, slowing the market. Skyrocketing costs reduce affordability. Higher insurance premiums eat into buyers' budgets, meaning they can afford less house or can't buy at all. Home values could drop. If fewer people can afford homes, demand drops, forcing sellers to lower prices. Investors may back out. Fewer rental properties and vacation homes if insurance costs kill profitability. Bottom line, if insurance remains unstable, it could slow home sales, lower values, and weaken the market, especially in states like California and Florida.
Why is there such a huge disconnect from people who live in those states who think that the house prices are just going to continue to go up, where there's so many roadblocks, insurance, interest rates? There's not a whole lot of buyers that qualify for homes in those markets, but yet homeowners believe house prices will just go up, up, up.
The disconnect comes from hope, past trends, and denial. Here's why. They remember the past market. Homeowners have seen years of price increases, so they believe it will always go up. They don't feel the pain yet. Many bought years ago when rates were low, so they aren't struggling like today's buyers. They believe demand will always be there. They think people will find a way to buy, even if it means stretching their budget. Media and realtors push the housing always goes up narrative. No one wants to believe their biggest investment could lose value. They ignore roadblocks. High rates, expensive insurance, and fewer buyers should bring prices down, but sellers don't want to accept that reality. Bottom line, many homeowners still think it's 2021, but the market is fundamentally different now. Fewer buyers qualify, and costs keep rising. Reality hasn't hit them yet.
This will be added here temporarily until I see they're about to get rid of it, and then it'll also be on YouTube where it can safely live. Lastly, if you have any other questions, drop them in the comments and I will eventually get to them. This was asked, and that's where I got the content idea from and went and did it.